There is something about midnight that most people will never fully understand. It is more than a time on the clock. It is more than the quiet moment between one day and the next. Midnight is a threshold, a crossing point, a moment suspended between what has been and what is about to become. At midnight, everything slows down. The noise fades. The distractions disappear. The world becomes still, almost as if time itself pauses to take a breath. And in that stillness, something powerful happens. The surface fades away, and what remains is truth. It is in moments like this that you begin to feel things more deeply. Thoughts you ignored during the day begin to speak. Emotions you pushed aside begin to rise. And somewhere within you, there is a quiet awareness that something needs to change. Midnight is not just silence. It is revelation. For some, it is a time of peace. But for others, it is a battleground. A place where invisible struggles take place. A place where limitations either tighten their grip or finally lose their power. And tonight, this is not just another midnight for you. This is your moment. Because every voice that has tried to limit you, every force that has tried to hold you back, every thought that told you that you are not enough, all of it is about to be confronted. And more importantly, it is about to be silenced. But this does not happen automatically. It does not happen for everyone. It happens for those who are willing to face themselves, to challenge what they have accepted, and to rise above what has tried to define them. So, stay here, stay present, stay focused, because what you are about to experience is not just motivation, it is transformation, and your midnight victory begins now. Midnight has always carried a unique kind of power. Throughout history, it has been seen as a turning point, a moment where decisions are made in silence and outcomes are shaped in ways that are not immediately visible. While the world sleeps, something deeper remains awake. Think about it. During the day, life is loud. People are talking. Notifications are buzzing. Responsibilities are pulling your attention in different directions. It becomes easy to move through life without truly thinking, without truly feeling, without truly questioning where you are and where you are going. But midnight removes all of that. It strips everything down to its core. And in that stripped down moment, you are left with yourself, your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, your truth. And sometimes that truth is uncomfortable, because deep down, you know when you are capable of more. You know when you have settled. You know when fear has held you back. You know when you have allowed other people's opinions to become your limits. Midnight exposes that. It does not distract you from it. It reveals it, and that is why so many people avoid these moments. They fill their nights with noise, with scrolling, with anything that keeps them from facing what is inside them. But not you. You are here right now because something in you is ready. Ready to confront. Ready to break. Ready to rise. And that is where everything begins. Before anything can change, you must first understand what has been holding you back. Because not all chains are visible. In fact, the most powerful limitations are often the ones you cannot see. They are the thoughts that whisper quietly in your mind. the doubts that show up when you are about to take a step forward, the hesitation that appears when opportunity presents itself. These are the chains that shape your life without you even realizing it. Fear is one of them. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of trying and discovering that you might not succeed. It keeps you in a place that feels safe, but that safety comes at a cost, because the same place that protects you from failure also prevents you from growth. Then there is doubt. Doubt does not shout. It whispers. It suggests. It plants small seeds of uncertainty that grow over time. It tells you that maybe you are not ready. Maybe you need more time. Maybe this is not for you. And if you listen to it long enough, it becomes your reality. There are also the chains of the past. Moments that did not go the way you wanted. Mistakes that still replay in your mind. Experiences that left a mark on how you see yourself. Over time, those experiences begin to define your expectations. They convince you that the future will look like the past. But that is not truth. That is conditioning. And then there are the voices. Voices from people who spoke limitations over you. People who doubted you. People who projected their own fears onto your life. Maybe they said you were not capable. Maybe they said you should be realistic. Maybe they made you feel small. At first, those voices came from outside. But over time, they moved inside. And now, they speak as if they are your own thoughts. That is how limitation works. It becomes internal. And once it becomes internal, it begins to control your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your results. But here is what you need to understand. No matter how long those chains have been there, they are not permanent. Every chain has a breaking point. And tonight, you are reaching yours. There comes a moment in every person's life where everything comes down to a single decision. Not a casual decision. Not something you say without meaning, but a real, deep, internal decision that shifts the direction of your life. This is that moment for you, because nothing changes until you decide that it must. You can listen to motivation. You can watch videos. You can hope that things will get better. But hope without decision keeps you in the same place. Decision is what creates movement. So, the question is simple. Will you stay where you are? Or will you rise? Will you continue to accept limitations that you know do not belong to you? Or will you reject them? Will you keep repeating the same patterns? Or will you break them? Because the truth is, many people say they want change, but they are not willing to make the decision that change requires. They want a different life, but they hold on to the same mindset. They want new results, but they repeat the same habits. They want breakthrough, but they expect nothing. And expectation matters more than most people realize, because what you expect shapes how you act, and how you act shapes what you experience. So, right now, in this moment, everything depends on your decision. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Decide that you will no longer accept limitation. Decide that you will no longer shrink yourself. Decide that you will no longer listen to the voices that tell you to stay small. Make it real. Make it firm. Make it final. Because once that decision is made, everything begins to shift. Chains do not break because you wish they would. They break when something stronger confronts them. They break when pressure is applied, when force is introduced, when resistance meets something that refuses to back down. And that is where you are right now. This is not a passive moment. This is an active one. Because the power to break free is not outside of you. It has never been outside of you. It has always been within you, waiting for the moment you decide to use it. Think about how many times you have held yourself back, how many opportunities you have hesitated on, how many times you have doubted yourself even when you knew you were capable of more. Now imagine what happens when that hesitation disappears. Imagine what happens when that doubt loses its voice. Imagine what happens when you stop asking for permission and start moving with authority. That is what breaks chains. Authority, clarity, conviction. Not noise, not wishful thinking. Real, grounded, undeniable conviction that you are no longer the person you used to be. And as that conviction rises, something begins to happen. The chains that once felt strong begin to weaken. The patterns that once felt automatic begin to break. The limitations that once felt real begin to dissolve. Not because they were never there, but because they were never stronger than your decision to rise above them. There are voices that have followed you for years. Voices that speak at the exact moment you try to grow. Voices that remind you of everything that went wrong. Voices that tell you that you will fail again, that you are not ready, that it is too late. And if you are not careful, those voices will shape your reality. Because what you repeatedly hear, you eventually believe. But here is the truth. Those voices only have power if you give it to them. They only remain if you allow them to stay. So, tonight, you are not ignoring them. You are confronting them. You are replacing them. Because silence is not enough. You must introduce something stronger. When fear says you cannot, you respond with certainty. When doubt questions your ability, you answer with confidence. When your past tries to define you, you remind yourself that it does not control your future. This is not about pretending that the voices do not exist. It is about refusing to let them lead. Because the moment you take control of your inner dialogue, everything changes. The same mind that once limited you becomes the mind that empowers you. The same voice that once doubted you becomes the voice that drives you forward. And when that shift happens, there is no going back. Victory is not something that arrives one day while you are waiting. It is something you step into, often before you feel ready, often before everything makes sense. And that is where many people get stuck. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for confidence. They wait for clarity. But the truth is, those things come after you move, not before. Readiness is not a requirement for action. Action is what creates readiness. So, right now, you are not waiting. You are stepping forward, even if there is uncertainty, even if there is fear, even if you do not have all the answers. Because forward is where growth happens. Forward is where transformation happens. Forward is where victory is found. And as you take that step, something begins to shift within you. A new level of awareness, a new level of confidence, a new level of belief. You begin to see yourself differently, not as someone who is stuck, not as someone who is limited, but as someone who is rising. and that identity shift changes everything. When chains break, the change is not always loud. It is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet. A shift in how you think. A shift in how you respond. A shift in what you believe is possible. But those quiet shifts create powerful results, because your internal state shapes your external reality. The way you think influences the way you act. The way you act influences the opportunities you take, and the opportunities you take influence the life you create. So, when your internal state changes, everything else begins to follow. You start noticing opportunities that you would have ignored before. You start taking actions that you would have avoided before. You start moving in ways that align with the person you are becoming. And slowly but surely, your external world begins to reflect that change. Doors open. Connections form. Progress happens. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because you did. But here is something important. Breakthrough is not the end. It is the beginning, because once you step into a new level, you must protect it. Many people experience moments like this. Moments of clarity. Moments of power. Moments where everything feels possible. But then they go back to old habits, back to old thinking, back to old environments that reinforce the same limitations they just broke. And over time, the breakthrough fades. Not because it was not real, but because it was not protected. So, this time is different. This time, you guard what has been activated. You become intentional about what you allow into your mind. You become selective about the environments you stay in. You become aware of the patterns that once held you back and make a conscious effort not to return to them. Because growth is not just about reaching a new level, it is about maintaining it. And that requires consistency, awareness, discipline. Not everyone will understand your transformation. Some people will question it. Some people will doubt it. Some people will try to pull you back into the version of yourself they are familiar with. But you cannot allow that, because you are not the same person anymore. You have seen something. You have realized something. You have stepped into something. And once that happens, you cannot shrink yourself to fit old expectations. You cannot pretend to be who you used to be. You cannot go back to thinking the way you used to think. Because growth changes you, and change requires you to move forward, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels unfamiliar, even when others do not understand. Because this is your journey, your transformation, your midnight victory. Now is the moment to declare it, not quietly, not uncertainly, but with clarity and confidence. You are no longer bound by limitation. You are no longer controlled by your past. You are no longer held back by fear. You are moving forward. You are rising. You are stepping into your purpose. And the more you reinforce that truth, the stronger it becomes. Because words shape belief, and belief shapes reality. So, speak it, live it, walk in it. Because this is not just a moment, this is a new direction, a new identity, a new beginning. If something has shifted within you, do not ignore it. Acknowledge it. Own it. Declare it. Because transformation becomes stronger when it is expressed. Say it with certainty. My chains are broken, not as a wish, not as a hope, but as a statement. Because what you declare, you reinforce. And what you reinforce, you become. Share this message with someone who needs it. Someone who is struggling silently. Someone who feels stuck. Someone who is waiting for their moment. Because their midnight might be now. And sometimes, all it takes is one message, one realization, one decision to change everything. Midnight is not the end. It is the beginning, and your victory has just begun.